Program Manager. My name is Madiha and I'm the Program Manager at Dignity Foundation's NCR chapter. Have you ever thought about improving your immune system? I think the answer is yes for most of us. But the challenge remains how. On the whole, our immune system does a remarkable job of defending us against disease-causing microorganisms. But sometimes we all do feel sick. Therefore, the idea of boosting our immunity is definitely enticing, as well as the idea of being relieved of the stress that we all are undergoing during the current circumstances. So, what's better than going back to the traditionally followed household remedies to maintain good health? So, to answer all your questions, we have with us today renowned healthcare counselor, Miss Dimpy Singh. She has studied nutrition and holistic healthcare and is trained as a counselor with the Australian Institute of Professional Counseling. She has also undertaken various researches in the area of natural healthcare. However, before we jump into the session, I would request all of you to reserve any questions that you might have for the Q&A towards the end of the session. Or you're also welcome to put them in the chat box. It is my pleasure to now invite Ms. Dimpy Singh. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Immunity is on the tip of everyone's tongue these days. Our body functions 24/7 to protect us. But if our immune system is impaired, we can be susceptible to various diseases and viruses. Immunity actually means the state of being immune or being unsusceptible to a particular disease. The condition that permits either natural or acquired resistance to disease. The main gates into our body are the digestive tract, which lets in food, and our lungs, which lets in air. It might surprise you to know that 70% of our immune system lies in our gut. So it is extremely important to eat correctly for our gut and hence for our immune system. Some dietary remedies to build immunity are as follows. Have a small cup of kara every day. Don't overdo it because some people overdo it and all the herbs and spices that go into it can actually cause some contraindications in your body. I will be sharing all the recipes at the end of this talk. Stay hydrated. Please make sure you have 35 ml of water per kilo of body weight. So for example, if you're 70 kilos, multiply it by 35 and you will get, it's actually 0.35 ml, you'll actually get about 2 liters. You can also drink warm water with lemon twice or thrice a day and include that in your water quota. There's no hard and fast rule that you need to have 8 glasses of water a day as we're led to believe. Make a date paste or eat 2 dates daily. Again, I'll give you the recipe. Vegetables and fruits. Eat a wide variety of vegetables and fresh fruits in your diet. Sweet potatoes, broccoli, leafy greens, all vegetables are beneficial. Brightly colored vegetables contain beta-carotene, which help in strengthening immunity. Mushrooms are a potent fungi, and actually they can boost your immunity. Berries, all of them, and other fruits contain antioxidant properties that can help boost your immune system. The key is to eat a rainbow-colored variety of fruits and vegetables to get the maximum benefit for your immune system. Lemons. Apart from lemons' vitamin C content, lemons help in alkalinizing the body, keeping diseases at bay. Have a lemon shot after lunch and dinner, and I will advise you how to have it at the end. Vitamin E foods like seeds, pumpkins, and sunflower seeds improve the immune system. So please include 30 grams of almonds or any other nuts every day. Fermented foods like dahi, dhokla, khandvi, kanji, idli are all good probiotics, which actually increase the good gut bacteria and are beneficial for our health and immune system. Turmeric, cloves, cinnamon, ginger, garlic, and most herbs and spices have anti-inflammatory and antioxidative qualities, which help us in keeping our immune system strong. Please avoid processed foods as much as possible. Also, if you do want to drink, have it as a celebration, maybe once or twice in a week max, and 1 or 2 drinks, not more than that. Because alcohol and tobacco really reduces your immunity. Some non-dietary remedies to build immunity include, and I put it as the most important, sleep. Sleep is our immune system's biggest rejuvenator. Sleep deprivation causes our immune system to weaken. Our bodies only repair when we are in a state of rest, and that is only when we are in sleep. Sunlight. Sunlight triggers the skin's production of vitamin D. Low vitamin D levels cause our immune system to weaken and can lead to infections and disease. Please do try and sit in the early morning or late evening sun for about 10 to 15 minutes daily. Gargling, taking steam, jalneti, or a nasal wash regularly, but you must do it regularly. Don't just steam today and forget about it for 2 weeks. Steam regularly once a day, gargle once a day. If you find you have a blocked nose, do some jalneti or take a nasal wash and just clear your nasal passages. If you can't do that, then just steam for longer, because the steam also helps in draining your sinuses. Make sure you get some exercise daily. A gentle walk, even in short bursts of 10 minutes at a time, 2 to 3 times a day, is beneficial. But don't start exercising right away, and go in for 45 minutes. Please do it slowly if you've not exercised earlier. Because if you just rush into it, that can actually ruin what you're trying to do. Deep breathing, yoga, meditation, all help to boost our immune system. Stress. Stress, even little children now know the word stress. It's really quite sad. But a stress overload increases our hormone cortisol, prolonged elevation of which really suppresses the immune system. And our immune function goes totally haywire. Living in today's environment, we are all encountering a lot of stress. Hence, we need coping mechanisms in place, or else we will damage our body. The dietary remedies to combat stress include a cup of chamomile tea with or without honey before bedtime, which helps us calm our nerves and it helps us sleep well. Sleep is essential to combat stress. Similarly, almond milk, I'll share the recipe later, helps with insomnia. Ashwagandha, which is Indian ginseng, and Brahmi also helps to combat stress and disease. Tulsi, a humble Tulsi, one realizes how much we all worship Tulsi. It enhances the body's natural responses to physical and emotional stress. Have a cup of tulsi tea daily, or chew on 8 to 10 leaves of tulsi every day. A small piece of dark chocolate with 70% plus cocoa helps improve stress levels. But please only eat one piece, not a whole bar of chocolate. Otherwise, you'll find you have even more issues. We have some non-dietary remedies to combat stress too. Exercise, as I said, exercise is calming. And when you exercise, you release feel-good hormones, which actually put your mind at ease. And you feel more energized afterwards. You feel better. Meditation, deep breathing, all are excellent. Do deep abdominal breathing. The way to do this is actually breathe in and push your stomach out like a balloon, and breathe out and pull your tummy in. When you're breathing and doing your abdominal breathing, what really helps is when you think of this mantra in your head. So you breathe in life and you breathe out stress. Another way to combat stress is to actually take up a hobby, because that keeps your mind active. Do whatever you desire. Learning a new skill or going back to an old hobby helps you forget your woes, because you get so immersed in it and you enjoy it and you say, oh my God, now what is this stress all about? Let's not stress, because it really does help you. Lending a helping hand to someone relieves you of your own stress. Actually, the more you nurture, the more you care for someone else. It's an antidote to stress. Social interaction with friends and family, albeit on a Zoom call or a telephone call, or meeting family in your bubble these days, keeps you as stress-free as possible. And chat to them. If you are stressed, relieve your stress to them. Tell them exactly what you're feeling. Just releasing that stress will help you feel a lot better. It'll also help the other person, because sometimes the other person realizes, oh my God, what am I worried about? This poor person has far more stress than I have. I should just get a hold on myself and just get on. Remove negativity from your mind and focus on gratitude. Thank your body every day for being the well-oiled machine that it is. Thank God that you are alive. Being alive is our greatest blessing. Thank your immune system, which defends you from disease-causing microbes. Have an attitude of gratitude always. I'm going to end here and I'm going to give you the recipes. So if you want to note it down, or you want to hear the recording later, that's up to you. I'm going to start with the recipe for the kara. Boil 1 liter of water with 1 tablespoon of haldi powder, 1 teaspoon of black pepper powder, 1 teaspoon of ginger juice, 1 teaspoon of garlic juice, 1 clove, 2 crushed elaichis, a 1-inch piece of mulatti, 8 to 10 tulsi leaves, and 3 tablespoons of powdered gur. Boil this nicely and reduce the quantity to half. So you should end up with half a liter. Then strain it and keep it in the fridge if you don't want to drink it right away. And it lasts for at least 3 to 4 days, so you don't have to make this every day. What you do is, when you want to have half a cup, maximum 3/4 of a cup daily, take it out of the fridge, heat it, add 1 teaspoon of lemon juice to it, and drink it daily. Okay, I've been asked to go a little slow. So what I'll do is, at the end in the question answer sessions, I can repeat the recipe for the kara because it is quite important. The date paste, take half a kilo of seedless dates and soak in 1 liter of water overnight. Strain it in the morning and grind it with a 3-inch piece of ginger and a little water. Again, you can store this in the fridge. This also remains outside for at least about 2 weeks. You don't have to refrigerate it. Take 1 tablespoon of this paste, add some warm water and the juice of half a lemon. Drink this. If you are craving a second cup of tea, avoid your second cup of tea. And what you can do is have this instead. Have your first cup and have this instead, and try to have it twice a day. It's a great energy booster as well. If you're feeling low on energy for whatever reason, it's a quick pick-me-up because the dates really help your body. If you have a sweet craving, sometimes you've had lunch and really you don't want to have sugar because sugar, one knows, weakens your immune system. Just take 1 teaspoon of this date paste, and you don't need to add lemon if you don't want to, but it's beneficial to add it, and eat it after lunch and dinner. This is a neutral sugar and will give you instant energy. The other recipe which I'd like to give you, which I'm sure I've shared earlier, is for a lemon shot. You take the juice of 1 lemon, add a few drops of ginger juice to it, just 2 or 3 drops, add an equal quantity of water to it, and 20 minutes after lunch and 20 minutes after dinner, have this. If you find in the beginning that you're not able to have the lemon for whatever reason, you don't want ginger, you find it too sour, and you find the ginger too sort of rough on your system, then add a little bit of honey to it, but good quality honey. Almond milk. Almond milk is really good for insomnia. You can take 10 to 12 badams, soak it in water for 20 minutes, strain it, grind it, and what you do with it is actually you'll get the milk out of it. You don't need to sort of take the chilka off or anything. And that will be 150 ml of your almond milk. Add a pinch of cinnamon powder to it and a pinch of jaifal. The jaifal will really help you, along with the almonds, to relax and have a good night's sleep. I'm open to question answers now if anyone wants anything repeated or anything.
So we can begin with the Q&A, but I would request all of you to just go one by one. And also, before asking the questions, please identify yourself and tell us from which CMC you belong. So if anyone has any question, they can raise their hands physically and then we will unmute them. Yes, Mr. Shettigar, I will unmute you now. Please tell us your name and the CMC. Please unmute yourself, sir.
Yes, madam. Now,
sir, your name and CMC, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir. Could you please identify yourself and the CMC you belong to?
I am Shettigar from Vijayanagar Chavdi, Bangalore.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Now, I I am requesting our speaker to once again tell about the recipe of 3 items, because it was rather, I feel it is a bit fast, that we cannot note down, only mentally we can make, that's all.
Sorry, could you just repeat that, Madha, please?
Yes,
So you want the date recipe to be repeated, sir?
yes.
Ma'am,
Yes, certainly, certainly. So I'll repeat it slowly.
Okay,
So boil 1 liter of water
okay,
with 1 tablespoon of haldi powder,
What's date recipe?
1 teaspoon of black pepper powder, 1 teaspoon of ginger juice, 1 teaspoon of garlic juice, 1 clove, a 1-inch piece of mulati, 2 crushed cardamoms, 8 to 10 tulsi leaves, and 3 tablespoons of powdered gur. Boil it and reduce it to half and strain it. When you have the kara, add 1 teaspoon of lemon juice to it.
thank you so much. I hope that answers your question, Mr. Shettigar.
yes, it is very clear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we have Sharad Mani ma'am, who's her? Yeah. Could you please go ahead and ask your question, ma'am? Sharad Mani ma'am, are you able to hear me? I think she's not able to hear. Satya Prakash sir, you want to go ahead and ask your question?
Question is whatever the receipt she has given, better it is you give it on this your Dignity Foundation chart so that we can read it. And
We will definitely do that. We will also be sharing the recording of the session, so all of you will get the all the recipes.
that will be
Yes.
better. Thank you very much.
Definitely, we'll do that. Thank you.
Acha, hello, Mahida. Can I ask the question?
Yes,
Hello.
ma'am, please go ahead.
I'm from Safdarjung Enclave, Chai Masti Center. Ma'am, I would like to know, आपने जो काढ़ा बताया है, काढ़ा कब लेना चाहिए, किस समय लेना चाहिए, खाने से पहले?
नहीं, आप अगर जैसे आप स्नैक कभी कभी लेते हैं ना, जब बीच में चाय पीने की इच्छा होए या शाम को 11 साढ़े 11 बजे, तो उस टाइम पे काढ़ा आप ले लीजिए, क्योंकि नाश्ता तो आप 9 साढ़े 9 बजे तक खत्म कर लेंगे, तो 2 घंटे बाद आप ले लीजिए, या 4 बजे अगर आप चाय 4 बजे पीते हैं तो आप 6 बजे ले लीजिए, पर एक बार ही दिन में लीजिए, उससे ज्यादा प्लीज नहीं लीजिए.
अच्छा, okay. Thank you so much.
You're
Thanks a
welcome.
lot.
You're welcome.
Madiha, Rajappan sir has been waiting for quite some time. Can we please ask him to go ahead with his question?
Please go ahead, sir. You can unmute yourself and go ahead. You need to unmute yourself, Rajappan sir.
You are talking about energy booster. Could you please give me the ingredients, what you are telling? I was not able to make a note.
Yes, certainly. Actually, that energy booster is quite an essential, and it's almost like an instant pick-me-up. So what I'd like to tell you about the date paste is, and I'm again going very slowly, take half a kilo of seedless dates. Soak it overnight in 1 liter of water. Another reason why we soak it for so long is because sometimes the dates we get in a packet, they contain sulfur. And we don't want sulfur to actually harm our immune system. So then in the morning, when we've had it soaked, when we strain it, it gets rid of all whatever preservatives are present, including the sulfur. Then what we do is we strain it completely and we add a 3-inch piece of ginger to it and grind it with a little water. We can store it in the fridge, or you can store it outside for a couple of weeks. You take 1 tablespoon of this paste, add some warm water in, when you feel that you're getting a bad throat. If you're finding yourself very hot, then you can add some room temperature water and add the juice of half a lemon. Drink this once or twice a day, or whenever you feel you need a pick-me-up. Sometimes we just go and grab our cup of coffee and we go and grab our cup of tea. But excess tea and coffee can actually harm our immune system. So limit your tea and coffee. So then what you do is then you have this, and sometimes after lunch, after dinner, when it's not a treat, but we feel like something meater. I think we all tend to like something sweet. So instead of rushing, to cut a piece of cake or have a brownie or whatever, or ice cream, just have 1 teaspoon of this date paste. Not only will it energize you, but it will also take care of your sweet craving.
Madam, one thing. You were telling about seedless. What is that seedless name?
Yes, dates which don't have the seed in them. Because otherwise you're sitting there trying to take the seeds out from the dates.
No. Half kilo of seedless. What is the name of that product?
Dates.
Well, I don't have any brand name I can give you, but you can just buy a packet of dates which are seedless. Just ask for them without seeds.
Seedless date.
Yes,
Dates.
Khajur.
Khajur. Oh, I see.
Thank you.
Perichambalam.
Okay, thank you.
Let's pick up a question now from the chat.
May I tell something?
Please allow a minute. Can we just pick up a question from the chat? Somebody wants to know, then when almonds are soaked in water, can we use that water subsequently, or does it
Actually, it's better not to use that water. Just strain. When you strain it, just throw that water away, because again, you don't know if there were any impurities in the dates, in the almonds. Because what happens is you strain it, then you add 150 ml.
No voice, please.
You add 150 ml of fresh water to it. Should I repeat the recipe from the beginning?
The question was limited to the usage of the water. So I believe you answered that very well, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
Now we can take up another question, Madiha.
Yes, Satyaprakash ji, please go ahead. You wanted to say something?
Oh, I'm Satyaprakash from Delhi Chai Masti Center. I just wanted to tell you one thing, that what I have heard is that tulsi leaves should not be chewed directly. They should be swallowed or can be taken in tea or something else. As tulsi is having a very big quantity of what you call it, mercury. That is harmful for the teeth.
Yeah, but thank you for that. What I was suggesting is that you pluck the tulsi, then you wash it. You don't just have it straight off the plant. Wash the leaves. I'm sorry, I didn't make that very clear, but please wash the leaves. But if you feel it's better to have in tea, I also suggest it's probably a good thing, because we don't know what's floating around these days. So it's better to take 8 to 10 leaves, boil it in a cup of water, and then have it. Thank you so much for that.
That's okay. I was just saying that it should not be chewed. See, my teeth have gone bad because of that only. You see, I got them. That is not good for bone, mercury. Anyway, This is what I wanted to tell you.
Thank you. But actually now, if you're putting it in your kada,
that's okay.
Then you don't need to do the tulsi tea either, because if you're having 8 to 10 leaves in your kada, well, obviously you're not going to have all the 8 to 10 leaves. So then have 1 cup of tulsi tea with about 4 leaves in it and have your kada.
That's okay. I was just telling about the chewing of that leaf directly. Saying.
Yeah, thank
that
you.
Can be
That
swallowed.
was
That
very
can be
informative.
swallowed. Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
It's okay. Thank you.
Can we now pick up a question from the chat? Somebody wants to know if energy drink, dates, and dark chocolates are good for diabetic people.
Well, that's exactly why I said up to 2 dates a day. 2 dates a day, if you have them, not, it will not harm your sugar.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, GK Subramanian ji, please go ahead.
Yeah. I want to know whether Tulsi seeds. Hello, I'm GK Subramanian from Pune. I want to know whether Tulsi seeds also can be used along with the leaves for boiling and making a kada.
Well, Tulsi seeds are actually sabza, right? And sabza is also very good for you, but you don't need to boil that. The best way for sabza is actually to, if you feel like having sabza, and sabza is very cooling for the body, especially if you have acidity. So what you can do is you can take 1 teaspoon of those Tulsi seeds and add it to your lemon shot. And that actually gives you maximum relief from acidity.
Okay. Another thing is, there are different varieties of Tulsi. Which are the ones which are really useful for our system?
Well, I think most of us now tend to use black Tulsi. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But black Tulsi is very good for you.
Okay.
Thank you. We can go on to the next question, Madiha.
So Madhu Thakur, ma'am, yes, please go ahead.
I'm Madhu Thakur from NMC Gurgaon. Ma'am, I just wanted to know, जो हम morning में गिलोय का जूस पीते हैं या फिर आंवला का जो जूस पीते हैं 2-2 चम्मच, will that be equivalent to what you are suggesting us to take as a kada?
Can you just repeat that, please?
Actually, morning में हम गिलोय का जूस और आंवले का जूस पीते हैं 2-2 चम्मच with 2-2 चम्मच ही पानी के साथ.
कौन से लेते हो? गिलोय का जूस
and गिलोय and amla. Now, I'm just, my question is whether is it equivalent to the kada what you are suggesting us to take in the morning?
It's because the kada has many more herbs in it. You are very welcome to have the giloy juice and the amla juice. That also helps with your immunity. It's vitamin C after all.
But if you are taking that, do you require to take the kadas?
It is good to have the kada, yes, especially these days for the immune system.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend it like 2 years ago, okay, have this and this and this. But these days, yes, it does protect you better.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, so we can move on to the next question. I see Shiva.
I can pick up one from the chat, Madiha. Ima Nair would like to know, though this is not related directly to what Dimpy ma'am has said, but she would like to know, can we please have fruits or are they harmful after 7 p.m.? So the question pertains to the timing. Are fruits harmful after 7 p.m.?
You know, to be honest, that there is a lot of people who have the belief that fruits are harmful after sunset or whatever. But from a personal experience, sometimes when I don't feel like having dinner and I don't really want to go to bed on an empty stomach, I find a bowl of papaya is extremely helpful, but I would have most fruits in the evening, but not watermelon. I think watermelon does tend to cause some issues if you have it. It sort of, you feel a bit sick and you feel quite acidic. Also, now that we're talking about fruits at night, I'd like to just throw in a little thing, a tip, that for older people who get quite badly constipated, and there's constipation is a problem these days quite a lot also because of stress, we tend to get either a runny tummy or we tend to get constipated. So a bowl of papaya about an hour before bedtime and about 2 hours after your meal, if you sleep late, or better still to have an early meal and then 2 hours later have a small bowl of papaya. along with 1 or 2 prunes. And if you have the date paste, don't need the prunes, just have a couple of teaspoons of date paste along with the papaya, and it will solve your constipation problem.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Now we can go ahead, Madiha. There are several hands that have been raised.
So, Shivarudrappa ji, your hand has been raised for quite some time. Could you please unmute yourself and ask your question?
Yes, madam.
Madam,
Please go ahead.
madam, recently we have started taking beetroot and carrot juice. Is it good for diabetes people? Can they take? And if we give a systematic diet plan for the seniors, because we are confused when to take juice, when to take fruits, how much quantity and all. If you give one systematic diet plan, we'll be grateful to you, madam.
Okay, so what I'll tell you, because I myself have a glass of beetroot and carrot juice every evening, but what I do is I add celery to it. Celery, and I add a little bit of ghee to it. Of Loki. So less beetroot, more carrot, and what I do is add some celery and add a little Loki and a bit of ginger. I blend it, but I only drink about 200 ml of this juice, and I normally have it. I have my tea around 4:35, and I normally have my juice around 6:30. So give a gap. But ideally, if you're having juice, green juice or red juice, it's better to have it 45 minutes before lunch or 45 minutes before dinner. Fruits are best to be had before 12 o'clock. Like if you get up early, then you can have it early, but normally fruits are good for breakfast. And again, fruits are good in the evening as your energizer. But if you're having the juice, don't have the fruit as well. Have one or the other. I suggest that where fruits are concerned, the golden rule for fruit is have fruit 20 minutes before a meal or 2 hours after a meal. Also here, I'd like to tell you the benefit of what fruits really are. Fruits are our energizers and fruits are our eliminators. So you must have your fruits for energy, which is why we focus on fruits in the morning, because the morning time is a time when we eliminate, our bodies eliminate. And in the evening is when our energy is built up. So you can ideally have fruits twice a day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am. This is Mrs. Bhanumati from Vashi, Navi Mumbai. You were talking about lemon shots, adding lemon. I am allergic to lemon. Even if a lemon and tamarind, I'll start sneezing, watering from eyes and itching and all. So in the place of lemon, anything else can be used?
You can have amla.
Again, that is also, okay, let me try this time.
No, you know what? Can I just say something on this about your allergy to lemon? What happens is that if your body is slightly toxic, right? And we have toxins in our body. Lemons also help us in eliminating our toxins. So maybe by the sneezing that you have, you're actually getting rid of the toxins in your body. And maybe you've only had it once or twice. You haven't had it regularly because you start sneezing. But if you have it regularly, what will happen is that you will get over the sneezing. So if you want to try that for a week or so, you'll find you'll be much better. But if you don't want to try it, then have amla.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can we please go ahead and take a question now from the chat very, very quickly? Almonds, are they best had with the skin or without the skin?
Well, almonds are better to be to take off the shell, which is why almond milk is very good, because actually you're straining it, so the skin comes off because in the straining. Or if you are having, the best time to eat almonds is actually not in the morning, because again, our elimination time is our morning, which is the time for fruit. So soak your almonds in the morning and have them anytime you like after 12, after taking off the peel, and you can add your almonds to your salad with your meal, or you can just grind your almonds and add it to the dal, add it to your sabzi. It's quite delicious. Or you can eat it just as it is along with your meal.
Thank you, ma'am. Madiha,
Let's move on. Right, Ms. Shashi Taneja, please go ahead with your question. Please unmute and identify yourself, ma'am. From which CMC you are?
Yes. Good evening, ma'am. I'm from Pune Center. So I want to know, you get this tulsi arak, that is an extract of tulsi, and we normally add it to our water in the morning and have it. Is that okay? Is that good?
That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
And I have got rheumatoid arthritis, so I am taking medicine to suppress my immune system. And I don't know whether I should increase my immunity or what I should.
Well, rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune disease, but natural foods always help because it helps with the inflammation. So, you know, what will happen is that your immunity will get better only because your inflammation will actually be reduced. So what particular aspect of this are you worried about?
Shashi ji,
yes.
Please let Dimpy ji know which aspect is bothering you about this the most.
Because the medicine I'm taking, methotrexate, actually is meant to reduce my immunity so that my body doesn't attack my joints.
No, I understand that. But are you on a very specialized diet at the moment? Has that been given to you by a dietitian?
No, I'm not on any special diet, except that there's certain foods I need to avoid, which I feel that don't, suit me, or increase inflammation or something. Or the
what,
pain.
like your nightshade vegetables, etc., like bengan and tomato and things like that?
Rajma and, these whole...
Okay, the legumes, the heavy things. Anyway, you can avoid that. You can just have dal.
Yeah, that I have it.
Yeah, I think you need to ask the doctor if you should include things like kada, excess, because after all, he knows your case. I don't know your case.
Okay,
but I do think that things like the tulsi extract you're having is very good for you. Okay. Likewise, if you can have a glass of almond milk, almonds are very good for you. You can have seeds like pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds. So I think you have to take a bit of this and a bit of that. Avoid what he's told you to avoid. And the takeout from this should be have a few of the remedies which I have told you. Don't do everything.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We take another question now from the chat. Somebody wants to know that this person can't take fermented things like idli, dhokla, dahi. So is there a substitute for these things?
How about dahi?
Mention dahi as well. Idli, dhokla, and dahi. Any substitute for these?
Okay, so have prebiotics, which are basically things like your fruits and vegetables. Increase the quantity of fruits and vegetables than normal, and that will take care of the good gut bacteria. It's not necessary if you can't take fermented foods. It's not necessary. Kanji, however, which is homemade, can be made with carrot and beetroot and can be put in water in the sun along with some mustard seeds and salt. And that is a very good probiotic as well. And I don't think that will actually harm you if you're not, if you can't take that. I think kanji, which is homemade, will help a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to the neji, question. Sharad Maniji, if you want to ask a question, please unmute yourself.
Hello, namaste. Shardamani from Vijayanagar, Bangalore Vijayanagar branch. My question is, I am in our house, we are 4 members. We are always after meals in the night, we will take the milk with haladi. We will boil this haladi with milk 2 minutes. And then we will take after meals. Is it correct or is it correct?
If it suits your body, this is a very, very old Indian custom. And people have been having it for years and years. My own father used to love haldi with milk. I did switch him on to almond milk, which he enjoyed then, but it took a while to switch him on to the almond milk. So if you're having it, if it's suiting you, you have no problems with it, then please carry on.
It is very suit for us, all of us. From the last 3 months in COVID time, that's why we are using that haldi. And also tulsi water we will take in the morning after meals, after the dinner, in the afternoon lunch, we will take tulsi water, 1 cup. We will boil the tulsi, takes 3 minutes, and then with a little bit of we will boil that tulsi, and then we will take after meals in the lunch time, in the afternoon 2 o'clock. All of us, we are taking one glass of tulsi milk.
Okay, good.
Sorry, tulsi water. Sorry,
Good,
tulsi water.
good, excellent.
Shall I
Excellent.
add any? Shall I add any more for that tulsi?
If you want to add something, you can add some lemon to it.
Oh, okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam.
You're very welcome.
We'll take another question.
I am going to about
Please allow
8
a
to 10
question.
Just a minute,
Hello,
sir.
madam.
Just a minute, sir. We are taking a question from the chat box, then we'll come to you.
Though it's not related directly to the topic, but somebody is very keen to know if there's anything to help memory. So they obviously...
Yeah, actually, funnily, I did say that ashwagandha, which is Indian ginseng, and Brahmi is very good for stress. Brahmi is also very good for memory, as are almonds.
Thank you. Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, Satyapalji, you wanted to ask a question. Please unmute yourself.
I am chewing 8 to 10 tulsi and a little bit of ginger every day in the morning. Is it okay? Because somebody told me that tulsi is having mercury or something like that.
No, it's very good for you. There's no problem at all.
There is no problem in it. So, and I also take 2 pieces of garlic along with hot water.
Excellent.
And a lemon water also in the morning.
Well, lemon water you don't actually need to have in the morning.
Okay.
It's better to have the lemon water as a lemon shot after your lunch and after your dinner.
Okay. Now, and I am a diabetic also, so I take a little methi.
Perfect. You do methi dana, you soak it overnight and have the water in the morning.
Okay. Thank you, madam.
You're very welcome.
Another question from the chat. Can we use the powdered mixture of dalchini, methi, jeera, and sompu, each 1 teaspoon with hot water in the morning?
What was the last ingredient? Sorry, Archana, I missed that.
It's written as sompu, S-O-M-P-U. I'm not familiar with that term. I might be pronouncing it.
Nor am I. It's not soft, is it?
Could be soft, yes.
I think it sounds like soft. Yes, that's absolutely fine. That's perfect.
So taken with hot water in the morning.
Fine, absolutely fine.
Thank you. Please go ahead.
Yes, next question. I can see a hand, but I'm not able to read the name because it says H70BDVV. So could you please identify yourself?
I'm
I'm Vasanta from Pune. With Aula, I have a thing. I want to know which season is good to take Aula juice and what way Aula is good for. Actually, Amla is full of vitamin C. Amla is very good for your body. The thing with Amla is it's better to get it when it's in season. It's always better to have regional seasonal foods. Amla is perfect in the winter time or when it's in monsoon. It's good then. So you can have it all around the year, but if you're talking about the benefits for your body, it's better for your body in the season when it's available, which is normally starts about September, October. One more, like amla murabba and pickle of amla, that also you can make and keep. Yes. Yeah, you can. Yes. Thank you so much. You're welcome.
We'll move to another question from the chat box. It's both a statement and a question. In cases of allergy, one natural foods, such as certain fruits and milk products. Such deprivation is substituted by tonics. It would be better to have natural things along with antidotes. Please advise. So the question really is about allergy. So giving up the natural foods such as fruit and milk, and you're using any tonics, then what is the best way to go about it?
So if you have an allergy to milk, the best thing is to actually substitute it with things like almond milk, coconut milk, things like that, which can be homemade. And what was the other allergy to fruit? F-R-U-I-T?
So the question really is that it could be any allergy. But really when it's any allergy, what you are asked to give up is fruit, certain fruit and milk products. So maybe that's a generic, maybe that's a generic recommendation.
Yeah, generic recommendations are dairy and gluten.
Correct. So if you're giving up on that, then what is better to have? Is it better to have tonics or is there any natural remedy for it?
No, the natural remedies are much better. The lemon shots are very beneficial for allergy. The other thing which is very beneficial for allergies is actually to switch to, if you want grains, like instead of having chapati, switch to rice, preferably not basmati rice. Switch to millets. Millets are very good too.
Right. I hope Mr. Rao, Harish Rao, I hope that answers. Yeah, thank you. Moving on.
One question. One question.
Please identify yourself.
I am Urmila from Bangalore.
Thank you, ma'am.
We are taking 5 badam, 2 akhrot, 8 pista in the morning. And before that, we drink methi water. After that, we eat methi. Is it correct?
May I suggest that you have your methi water, yes, when you wake up. But try to have your badam and your akhrot and your pista in the evening, or have it along with your lunch.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Someone's just said, if I may just butt in, why is basmati to be avoided?
I can see my photo.
Could we please have silence so that the resource person is able to answer? Thank you.
So basmati is to be avoided because it's a polished rice. We're all much better off having unpolished rice and having, you know, basmati is nice for a treat. If you want a biryani, if you want something like that, it's wonderful. But don't subject your body to basmati all the time. Have the normal rice, which is available in the market, which is firstly much cheaper, it's far more economical, and it's also better for your body. Thank you.
We'll go on to another question from the chat. Please allow this, and then of course we'll come back to you. Thank you. Somebody wants to know, can I have ash gourd, petha juice in the morning, and for how many days?
A lot of people have petha juice in the morning.
So any frequency or the number of days?
Whenever there's actually no harm in having that Petha juice every morning also, if you want to have it.
Right, thank you. Please go, Abha Chaudhary ji. I'll request you to please unmute yourself.
Hello, I'm Nandini from Vijayanagar, Chowdi, Bangalore. I drink early in the morning, I drink a glass of warm water. Then I have tea, that is quarter spoon of tea with lemongrass and pudina and little of ginger. And in that, after I remove it from the fire, I add half of a lemon and have that tea. Is it good? I add gur to it also because I don't like to have sugar. I have gur to it. So is it good? Is it advisable to be taken early in the morning?
I think you're very much on the right track.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Please identify yourself. Thank you.
Hello. This is Urmila Lal from Pune.
Thank you.
Please go ahead. Yes, please go ahead.
Is it a good idea to take soya milk instead of the normal milk if you are allergic to milk? Does soya in any way have any adverse effects on the digestive system, especially those suffering from irritable bowel syndrome?
I would I am not in favor of soya milk. I know a lot of people differ with me, but that's my view. I actually say that, soya tends to increase your hormones, and especially for children and especially for women. After menopause, our hormones go haywire, and children attain puberty at a much, much younger age when they have been subjected to soya milk. So I would much rather you switch to making almond milk at home, or just trying to do, or having coconut milk. Now you're getting amazing coconut milk, dahi also. You're getting almond milk very easily, but it's always better to make your own. You can make coconut milk very easily. Try and avoid soya. I would say no.
Do you prescribe these alternative milk for a 90-year-old? I happen to be one, and that's why I'm asking you.
For a 90-year-old, how long have you been drinking milk? Normal milk?
Well, I've been drinking milk for quite some time, but now I've become allergic to it. And,
okay, so don't switch to soya milk.
Right.
Switch. You're doing very well as you are. God bless you. I would switch to a glass of almond milk every day.
Almond milk, would that not have any, the fat content in that, would it not affect?
Not at all, not at all.
Because almonds have got fat.
No, but almonds are good for you. They're good fat.
Okay.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We'll go on to another question from the chat very, very quickly.
Yes.
Can diabetic patients have papaya, beetroot and carrots?
Yeah, well, I'm mildly diabetic, and as I said earlier, I have beetroot and carrots in a juice every evening. You can always nullify it by adding less beetroot and more carrot to it.
Moving on.
May I ask you one more question?
Hello, madam. Is banana good for us? We'll be going one by one. So please don't unmute yourself unless we take your names. Please don't unmute yourself. Yes, there is one person whose hand has been raised for quite some time, but I'm not able to identify their name. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir. Please identify yourself.
My name is Professor Deshmane from Pune, and I just want to ask you about whether it is advisable to have a watermelon juice along with so many other fruits also, like apple, like amla, and this orange, etc. So is it good? Because somebody told me don't take so many fruits along with, together. So
ideally, Sir, ideally, you're not diabetic at all, are you?
No, no,
No.
no.
Okay, so what you do is just keep a gap of about, have your juice at the end. First, eat your fruits. You can mix your fruits and eat them.
Yeah.
The only fruit which you should not mix is melon.
Oh.
Any melons. So eat your fruits, mix them, have like a mixed fruit salad. Then wait for 20 minutes to half an hour and then have your watermelon juice.
Okay, so and again, watermelon along with buttermilk or curds, is it harmful to body?
Yes, fruits must be eaten on its own. 20 minutes before a meal or 2 hours after a meal.
Hello, good evening, madam. I'm Lakshmi
Okay.
from Sanjay Nagar, Bangalore. Is banana
Okay,
good
thank
for
you.
constipation? Banana.
Sorry, I missed that.
Could you please repeat your question, Lakshmi ma'am?
Bananas are good for constipation?
Bananas are good for constipation, yes, but not in excess.
What? After or before lunch or dinner?
Have it 20 minutes before lunch or 2 hours after lunch.
There are two types
We'll now we'll take a question from the chat box very, very quickly. Shots to be taken when?
Madam, can I ask you one more question?
Just a minute, sir. We are taking one question from the chat box. We'll come to you then.
Ma'am, Dimpy ma'am, lemon shots to be taken when? That was
lemon shots should be had 20 minutes after lunch and 20 minutes after dinner, not just immediately after a meal.
Thank you.
The reason I want to just talk about the lemon shots for 1 second is because lemon shots actually cleanse your body. They alkalinize your body. So say you go and you have a lavish meal or you order something for a treat like a pizza or something, you can always add on to the quantity of lemon. You can have 2 lemons as opposed to 1, and that will help you even more to sort out all the acidic issues that you get through that pizza or through the junk that you eat.
Sure.
I'd like to know if lemon is bad for bones.
No, that's a myth. It is a real myth. Ayurveds always tell you that don't have lemon. Lemon is bad for you. I think it's a lemon that has actually sustained us as a family and many, many, many more families.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Another question from the chat. I want to know about peanuts. We're not very sure what the person wants to know. So Ramani ji, who has asked this question, if you'd like to come on video and specify what exactly about peanuts you want to know, please go ahead.
Hello.
Is that Ramani ji? No, then we can move on.
Yes, I'm Ramani from Chennai. I'd like
Yes,
to know
please.
about peanuts, how nutritious it is, and is it good to have peanuts?
Peanuts are extremely nutritious for you, but in its raw form. So it's better to have raw, unsalted peanuts. What you can do is add your peanuts to a salad. It's very, very nutritious. However, peanuts are also the cause of a lot of allergies. So you have to be careful that you're not allergic to peanuts because it can cause a lot of harm if your body reacts badly to it. But eat peanuts in its raw, unsalted form.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, Mrs.
You're
Devi.
welcome.
Hello. Hello. I am Basanta from Sanjay Nagar Chowdi.
Yes,
And
Basanta ji.
I want to know the oats are good for a diabetic patient. I am a diabetic. Oats. Can I eat oats?
He's talking about
Oats are very good. Yes, oats are
yeah.
good. You can have oats, definitely. Don't
Add
add
what?
sugar to it. Have your, do a masala oats. You can have it as a lunch also. It's very good for you.
Okay.
The next question in the chat is what to add to chamomile tea for good sleep? Shashi Tani.
A teaspoon of raw honey, some good quality honey.
Thank you. We can go on.
Satyapalji wanted to ask another question.
My creatinine is high. Is there anything which to be taken to reduce the creatinine? kidney problem. Creatinine is high.
The creatinine is high.
Yeah.
You have to be careful with the water you drink. Don't drink too much water.
Yes.
What is good for the kidney is a lot of dhania and a lot of parsley.
Lot of dhania and
Parsley, which is like
what?
dhania.
Parsley, yes.
Dhania and
Parsley. Make a juice of it.
Parsley, parsley.
Parsley.
You can actually use the dhania, take a big muthi full of dhania and make some juice out of it. Just add a little water and drink that once or twice a day. That will help your creatinine to come down.
Thank you, madam.
We are running out of time. We definitely know that we are past the 6 o'clock. A couple of more questions are flowing in. I'll take them very, very quickly. Would request people to please note the answers so that we don't have to repeat them. What are the uses of apple cider vinegar? That's the first one.
Well, apple cider vinegar actually is something which is highly, I feel, overrated, because if you're having your amla, you're having your lemon, you don't really need apple cider vinegar. Secondly, it's processed.
Yeah. Thank you. We go on to the next one. Eating methi powder on empty stomach early morning. Is that good?
It is good. It's good for diabetes. It's just good for general. I mean, the myth is, I don't know if it's a myth or it's a reality, is because I haven't tried it, but they say it actually helps you reduce your belly fat as well.
We'll go on to another one very quickly. Insomnia. I don't get sleep some days till early morning. What home remedy should I use?
The almond milk will help, as will the chamomile tea. The other thing is just lie in bed and try and do some meditation. Lie in a shavasana position and just breathe and try to relax every part of your body.
Really, we've come to the end of questions in the chat. And really request people, if they still have any unanswered questions, get in touch with your coordinators, and we would be happy to get them answered from Dimpy ma'am later via a message to her, a direct message to her.
Certainly.
If our members have any queries, please share them with your respective coordinators, who can then post that in our All India Coordinators group. We'll certainly have these questions addressed too. So we'll now try and see if anybody has any more questions in the chat. I don't think we do. So, lovely session, Dimpy ma'am. This has been so wonderful to have you once again with us.
Thank you.
First time round.
Thank you.
We weren't quite, we weren't quite prepared for the deluge of questions.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, we are glad that we've had the time this time to answer so many of them. You've done that so very patiently, very, very good. Thank you so much.
Very good. Such an informative session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If anybody wants to add any words of appreciation,